What up? What up? What up? You already know it's your boy OP. It's been a while, but I'm here. Six in the building. Um, so I ain't been here for a minute because I've been back in school. Been upgrading my medical prowess and doing my paramedic. I'm rolling up on the last month of school and stuff. So I know the things that I know. I'm studying. Been studying hard for the last 4 days or so. We only got like two more tests, so trying to get back into the things that I really enjoy outside of medicine because I do really enjoy medicine and patient contact, patient care, just making an impact. Outside of that, let's get into why we are here today. Today, I'm gonna be sharing with y'all some of the games that have inspired my next project. So, my next project, we're bringing a new and innovative way for you to experience pie game. We're going to use a camera feature that has never been implemented or ever been used because I'm putting it together from two different types of camera styles that I've played in the past that when combined should give us a 3D effect. So it should be really cool. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and get into it and we're gonna show y'all. I'm gonna share screen and let y'all see me play the first of two games. All right, and the first one we're gonna do, y'all gonna like this. I promise y'all gonna like this. Here we go. All right, so we sharing screen. Here's game number. It is pole position, right? And so, mute this for y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and make this full screen. We're gonna get into it. All right. So the important part is the background has like a horizon, right? And that's a lot like how the 3D games that you'll play. Ooh, 3D games that you'll play will be. The difference between this and what I want to do, and I'm going to be controlling whenever, okay? So, like, instead of the game just constantly moving forward, because that's what the race constantly taking you in one direction, I would like for to be kind of tile map. Ooh, I hit it. But I would like from, ooh, I like for my game to be kind of tile map to a degree. And you'll have to see that to understand how it's going to work. But for the most, you'll have a certain area of the screen where you'll be able to move. Ooh, where you'll be able to move in all four directions, right? You ever play like what's that last game I played? Uh kinda like the beat 'em up style. Be able to move in a section of the screen. You'll be able to move in a section, right? So that's game number one. I just wanted y'all to see that, right? So now let's head back over. I'm gonna share the second game, okay? For people who are starting out with games and stuff like that. I love it. And you can really make some pretty powerful things. You can make some pretty exciting things with it. Um, but it is not uh, what is it, Unreal Engine, etc. So there are limits to get around them. We'd be using like 2D angles, etc., to give the illusion or the feel of like a 2.5D game or a 3D game. And part of doing that is learning how to create illusions like that that was on the Atari, man. That's like first one of the first major video games was Atari. And if they could create that feel, then there's no reason that we can't, right? So that's where I'm at with it. I know we can do it, but that's just a part of it. Then you got the map, right? So here we are. Let's see where we start in entrance. Start at the park. See if I can learn. Okay, I got a gun. I can jump and I can shoot. All right, so now this is the other aspect of the game when you got your beat 'em up. Let me see. And I just picked these games out to show y'all. You know what I'm saying? Got the popping on them. I need some help though. Ooh, okay. So those are the help bars. Cool deal. All right, so check this out though. You see how I can move in any of the four directions up to a certain point on the screen, right? So that's how I want my game to be, where you kind of got full control of your character and you're moving along. This is called a conveyor belt. Ooh, I switched characters. This is called a conveyor belt, okay? Because it's going along as you go along. Ooh, okay, all right. But basically, it gives you an area to kind of interact and play in. I feel like this is more fun, okay? But then at the same time, I want once you hit a certain point on the screen, so like once I get to right here, the screen scoots forward. It looks like how the racing game, the pole position looks, where like okay, I'm moving up, 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 boom, I hit here, and then the pole position scoots forward, right? And then so I'm looking at the next area basically along the y-axis. And I feel like if I can incorporate those two things, ooh, if I can incorporate those two things, okay, yeah, just like that. See now, like you operating inside of like a single plane right there. I ain't got no bullets. I think that's what the problem is. Let's be four. Whatever. Bro, kicking. So that's cool. I like that. And so another part of the game right here. So basically make it where whenever you enter like a passageway or a doorway, it actually takes you into like and it's like a teleport feature almost, where like you go from like outside the door, and these doorways are actually like teleports. They take you into a separate room, like we're like interacting inside of a room, right? So another major project gonna take gonna take some time to put together, but this is something I put together before I started going back to school. And actually, I wrote out the whole script for the game and everything, but I just didn't have the time to do it because I was in class. But now that I'm coming up to the end, I'm ready to get back into my project, have some fun. So we're gonna do this. Oh, Yanni. Oh shit. I don't know if I got away there. Beat this thing. But yeah, so as you can see, look at that gun back. That's another thing, being able to jump in any plane, and so like he can jump upwards, downwards, forwards, backwards. That's exactly what I'm looking for. So like that full mobility in this playable plane. And then once you like, so if I go down to here, the whole screen should shift downward on the y axis, and I'd be like in the next area. So like the camera, just how it was like in that racing game where you're going forward and you see what's coming next. And so what we gonna do it, ooh, hit me up. All right, let's get past this board right quick, see what happened. I don't know, I'm supposed to get up here to hit this thing. No, ain't no way for me to get up there, up there. Mm, there we go. Oh, dang, I walked off a cliff. That was interesting. Oh, there you go. Okay. Mm, I don't know. I don't know how I'm supposed to be able to shoot this dude. I can't shoot the eye. Oh. Oh, I picked up his grenade. I died. This part don't make no sense to me though. But the point of this was not to be all absorbed into this game. What I want, what area. Ooh, probably be a little less space, a little less than because it's like half of the screen is playable area. Mine will probably be about this much, right? And you'll be able to see the things that are coming. And as you cross out of like, so from here to here, from the bottom of the screen to here is like the playable area. Once I hit here, then the screen will automatically shift up, like how pole racing did, right? So now I'm like that much closer to the pyramids and stuff. They should be getting bigger. And then like as I get to the next, so the whole screen shift, and basically it still looks like I'm right here in the foreground, but my foreground is basically changing as I move. And same thing vice versa. If I go down to the bottom of the screen, we're cool with that. Cool. Let's do this. All right. All right, bet. So now that y'all can kind of see what the vision is, let's do some research, right? So we know what those games is called. We can look at those for sure. I'm gonna show y'all. I kind of already was looking at something, so I'll show it to y'all. I'll be using. I'm pulling Corey Kenshin here. Have some popcorn. So this is what it set up a pot game based off of what I described so far. I'm curious. Display setup and put the foreground. Let's see the numbers I have to change because I was trying to describe something. Scroll step, 150 pixels. That's right. 225 pixels. All right, cool. So this part and this part look right. The foreground, top, bottom. It's right screen size, but I'm not sure it's right. So there's a world height and then there's a screen height. And so it is breaking it down off of, I guess it should be based off of the screen height. Or the screen height should correlate to the foreground height, basically. But we'll get into the logic. Guard player speed, run speed, jump height, gravity. I got a attack cooldown, punch damage, kick damage. So these are all variables that are being set. And we'll get into the logic of how those variables are being used. So setting up our screen, our display window. You can see what I kind of hybrid camera beat them up with mode 7 like scaling. And because I wanted my character sprites to be animated, that's what this is. Load animation frames, folder and frame count for iron range, frame count +1. It sets up a folder and allows you to make a directory. Directory maybe. This is a list, so this is a directory, yeah. Image equals pygame image dot load path dot convert alpha frames append pygame dot transform scale. So scale to player size else Print warning not found. Submitted if they can't find the image instead of the game just crashing. It has logic to keep the game up. Placeholder, Pygame surface 80, 20. So I made a surface to pull in that case. Placeholder fill. Frames pin placeholder. So add placeholder. Player class. Set up our Pygame sprite. What I want to do after this, because I kind of tried to build it myself based off of descriptions to Grok, but I'm also going to go back and study the code for those two specifically, especially because Lethal Weapon, it has like all the features that I really want the game to have as far as moving in and out, except for the pole position or the I guess mode 7 scaling. And if I can put that mode 7 scaling in there where it's got all those features where you can jump in the plane that you're in to the plane above you in the Y. Oh man, that's awesome. Because then that's literally 3D. You're moving around in all dimensions. You're moving forwards, backwards, and you're able to move up. So it's literally 3D, but in a way that Pygame is able to compute it without like lag or anything. So we got our player health, position, on the ground is true, facing right, state idle, current frame, animation timer, animation speed, last attack, held item, inventory, total pocket slots. So outside of having an inventory like a bag, you can also have pockets in certain clothing that you wear. And then you're able to select the slot. I'll go back up and show y'all like how I made the logic understand that, or the AI understand the logic that I wanted, and actually even told it what I wanted to use as far as keys for some of that stuff. Self.animations equals, and it goes to that directory. Idle, walk, run, jump, punch, and kick. Self.image equals self.animation idle. Self.rec equals self.image.get rec at bottom. So it's making like the collision. Part of it is locating, but it's also making the it's sending the location or a way to track where the image is based off of the mid bottom, and then you can use that for a collision point. Now you got your animation update. So basically, after each frame, the game will update itself maybe 4 or 5 times, depending on the speed of the game, maybe 100 times. Like it just depends on what rate you got it running at. But as the game's updating itself, it will determine when certain things should be happening. So current frame equals self dot current frame plus 1 length self dot animations self dot state self facing left flip frame. Okay. So they use one for each, like, they use just one for, like, whether they're facing left or right. They use one image and then they use the right, like, so basically the player's facing right, like it's going forward. And then they took that same directory and they put self dot facing left. And if that's true, then they're gonna flip it so they have all the same images, but it's just flipped. So that cut down on the amount of work that they had to do as far as like making images for the opposite direction. I did include some mouse, because I'm gonna play it on my laptop, right? And so I made it where I can use like my ASDF, like is where my hands are set, but I'm gonna use the F for the punch, the V for the kick, the G I want for like grapple or grab. I haven't added that in yet. The A I want to pull up my inventory, and then I can use the E and the W to cycle forward and backwards through my inventory. And I can tap A again, and that'll take me out of my inventory, like basically closing my inventory. F, like the action button. O, not the action button, like the punch button. But like this punch, if you don't have a weapon, if you got a weapon, it'll be like shoot or stab or whatever the weapon is that you have. But then you got your space bar, that'll be jump. And then on my other hand, I wanted to use the arrows up, down, left, and right for movement. So at which point my thumb, because of the way my mouse pad is set up, is already over the right click. So I wanted that to be like my action button. So like if I get to a door that need to be open or a chest that need to be open or something like that, I can just use my right thumb and it's already in the position it need to be to open it or click it, whatever. So you got player movement, jump, excuse me. So it's going over the punch cooldown. There's some the logic they left out. I didn't put in any enemies yet. So if items held and you click the right button again or the right click on the mouse again, it'll drop the item. That'll help you cycle through your inventory. Else, pick up nearby item. And then you can see what I explained. The A button opens inventory. If inventory open, you can cycle left or right. Here we go. Ground collisions. So you only have collisions with the foreground. So whenever a section of the screen is, if the section of the screen is within that 150 pixel step, then it automatically will become a part of its boundaries would be where the collisions lie. Then that will be the only section of the screen that will have collisions, unless we do something like with there's a range base, and you can like maybe shoot an arrow or a gun up the y-axis or down the. It wouldn't really be down the y-axis as much, like outside of the foreground, because if you basically it's the bottom of the screen, and what I could do is scoot it up a little bit. So I guess I really should be calling it, and I got it written down, but I should be calling it foreground, which would be like uninteractable. Midground would actually be the ground that you act in. Foreground would be like things that you had just saw. I'll take that back. Things that you're about to see. So, like if there's a tree in the next so many pixels, you should be able to see that in the foreground, but not be able to interact with it. It should be large, and it should be like at the edge, like almost trees. Like so, if something is a tree, then it'll have a specific sprite that's attached to what it should look like in the foreground. And then once you pass into the foreground, the screen will move, do that 150 pixel step, and then that tree would actually be physically in the midground. And then vice versa, if you're in the midground and then you move up into like I guess what you would call like the immediate background, that would be almost like the horizon line on the I'll take that back. It would be like a step zone, but I kind of want to call it almost like the horizon zone on pole. But either way, you would move up, and then once you move up, you get that 150-degree step where things that you're seeing in the background off in the distance would start to become larger. I was waiting for somebody to text me and be like, "Bro, I see you, but I can't hear you." All right. So basically, as you move into that background area, then those things should become larger and like be moving towards you. So the conveyor belt is already moving left to right normally, but based on where you are as far as the mid ground will determine how the conveyor moves um, in the y-axis. And then also, so probably about mm, we could probably dedicate anywhere from a fourth to a fifth of the screen to a horizon line and like some mountains or some sky, but it's not really going to be interactable. But like certain areas should have specific designs or paintings. Certain areas should have specific pixel art to represent it if it's far off in the distance. Almost like when you watch Lion King, right? In the elephant graveyard, you see it way, way off in the distance. It's like this gray area, it's kind of some stones, whatever. And as you're approaching that area, it starts to come more into focus. So major areas of the map, just like how we saw in the Lethal Weapon game, where like it had the map and it showed like those major areas. Based on those major areas, if far off, they should have some type of representation. And as you get closer, within so many hundreds of pixels, it starts to change and change. So that part. Um, okay. Sorry, excuse me. We got our blit. That's actually putting our image on the screen for our character sprite. Um, let's see if image is held. It's given collisions for the items held and it's drawing those items. The bar for health. I like health bars, and it's just probably because of the division. I like health bars directly over or under characters. I can see having the actual player's health directly like across the top of the screen or in the bottom corner somewhere set. But for like other characters, I like to see how much damage they got. Or instead of like making it that obvious, you can have some type of change in the enemy presentation as they lose health. So when they're 100% health, they look a certain type of way. Whenever they're 75% health, they've lost like one armor piece. When they're 50% health, they look a little raggedy, or they lost maybe two or three armor pieces. Once they're down to that 25, they ain't got no armor, and maybe their posture is a little bit different, but they're still fighting and attacking. And then finally, whenever they got no health, they fall over and they're dead. So there's a few different ways to like show health or enemy health. Excuse me. So the item class, the scaling stuff. Now let's look at this logic. I think what we're gonna do straight just copy and paste this out here, and I'll share a window. I want to check it out in VS Studio Code. More than likely, I will. It's ground strip. And explain the so it seems like This should be the code that we need. So give me a second. I hate to be that guy. Hate to be that guy. I need to go grab something to drink. Let me see if I can leave y'all with something while I'm away. Something for y'all to watch. Like a little. Let's see. You know what? We're gonna play a commercial. We're gonna be away for a quick commercial break. I'm gonna grab me something to drink. I just gotta think. What do we want to commercialize? Let's do. Uh, I got one. Let's do. I'm not controversial. I'm a bad person. I'm not a bad person, but I'm goofy. I'm not gonna do that. Let's do. Um, let's do a martial arts commercial. Oh, bro, I'm tripping. I got y'all. You know what I can do? I got you. This is actually getting real because my brain working. So I have to use something different to do it though. A secret, a short animated cartoon with a ninja riding a dragon to defeat. Okay. Boom. All right. I was gonna do one last thing. I'm learning how to do some stuff. It's pretty cool. All right, so I'm not gonna y'all. I'm getting in my AI bag this December season, this holiday season. I'm not really showing y'all what I'm doing behind the scenes right now, but I guess I could. See. So you already see me using Grok, and I had that going on its own little thread. So that's why I didn't. That's why I didn't use that one. What? Oh my goodness. Okay. Sorry, excuse me. I guess I can share this tab instead. Let's try that. I'm about to share my screen in like 2 seconds. I got. Mm. Um, I'll make this a quick. We'll make this about a 5. I'm not gonna make it. Do a quick 5 to 10 minutes. Let's see. I had. All right. Let me go ahead and up my. That's the one thing about this AI stuff. So I would appreciate it if y'all would make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe to the videos. You currently have an active membership. What is it? What is my thing there? For subscribing. Also, I must have bought it for like a year or something. Okay. What kind of member am I? So my VIP expired on the standard plan. Because of okay, so now I should be able to. That's the one thing though, it costs money. So mm, I be trying to get it all up front, and I get it. Let's go back. try this. And you can do some of this for free. But I'll tell you what. I'm a little bothered about how much they're trying to get up front, but let's see. Oh, this for a commercial, y'all. Trying to think. Here we go. All right. Let's see. Now that I will have the subscription, what will be the difference? I think I can do it for free today with the credits I already got. So let's see. Oh, I see. I get it. I get it. I get it. Okay. Hmm. Hmm. I do gotta upgrade it. All right. Oh, duh. All right, y'all. We're back in the game. I got it. I got it. Okay. Uh, I was like, I know something ain't right. Ho, 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 ho. All right. All right. We in now. Okay. Auto detect three characters. I'm coming for it, y'all. Coming for it, y'all. Let's see. I'm going to make y'all a masterpiece right now. It's a wrap. I don't know how long we've been at this, but I appreciate y'all for hanging around. Started out doing coding, then I wanted to give y'all a commercial break, but I didn't want to do nothing that could be copywritten, so I ended up making y'all a commercial so I could go grab something to drink, use the restroom. But we'll end up probably uploading this on the channel. Y'all will get the first preview, sneak peek. Maybe we'll do some editing to it before we actually upload it, but fun stuff. Okay, I can rock with it. Cool. I think I did. I should have took a little bit more time before I generated that one. It's been a minute since we've been streaming. I think the last thing we did together was the frog game. It's pretty much finished. We just never made a executable. That was definitely a fun thing. And all the background boards, the animations for the frogs, the power ups. Let's try that. I think that should be enough. I do apologize, y'all. I'm one of those people that can't eat just one piece of popcorn at a time. I've been over here working on a masterpiece for y'all. I ain't showed y'all nothing. Wrong for that. Let me see. This one is 17% done generating. There we go. That'll work for me. Need a voice. Excuse me. See if I can remember how to do this. I don't like this image. Let's see. There we go. Regen. Nice regen for this scene anyway. Sometimes I do that way. Like you just get a bad go from bad to worse. And sometimes you just the sword kind of missing, but we're gonna roll with it. Maybe hit him in the gut. We just can't see it. That's the one we take him. Anyway, let's say the story. That's it. All right. So cool. Next. Mm. Let's see what it can do. Or it's gonna be 9,000 credits versus 14,000 credits. I don't know how much we got in our little banky bank, but we're gonna spend it. All right, y'all. Let's about 60% done. There it is. All right, if y'all ready for the watch. Actually. Oh man, maybe it's gonna take a while. See this lightning crack stuff. So 23 of those. Might be one of those things where you have to just start it thing and then come back and see that. Makes you wonder, is it really AI doing it, or is there people just like, oh, they paid the most, so we're gonna work on the project. Right. Let's see where we at. All right. While it's doing that, because at 86, it only got 120 to do. In which case, oh, no, be a good time. Go take that break I was talking about. I see. Why is the homie on a horse when he got a dragon? Yeah, give me a second. Go handle my business. Okay. I'll change your video if I'm animal. Okay. We're gonna hit next. Try to find us something a little more epic. Very horn heavy. Let's see. Here we go. See what we get. At 12 o'clock, Maggie the Magnificent on the channel Design Debug. Was it Design Debug? Something like that. Let me see. I'll tell you what it's called. Design Decode Debug or something like that. Let's see. It is Design Code Debug Repeat. There it is. It's a decode. Design Decode Debug Repeat. Design Code but Debug Repeat. That's how this goes. She got a video coming out tonight at midnight. It'll be the sixth video. Should be maybe the final video in the series. I plan on going through all six of those as like a refresher, and then hopping into our little project just to kind of refresh myself, because it's been a while since I've been creating lists and tuples, and I still can recognize and read the code, but I got to get back to thinking in the code. That's how I came up with this structure in the first place. Right. Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, we got chats. My bad. My bad, gang. See what the people are saying. There we go. Mm, I'm good. Been out for like 2 hours. 91%. There's gonna be time for a nap for the kid. I hope this my groceries pulling up. So as y'all can see, the time to go into just auto generating a quick story, the money that goes into having the resources to generate a quick story. It ain't cheap or quick. So make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Any chance you get, share, etc. Try to get some reviews up, reviews up. And really, I just want to see how well this works. I've used it for another assignment actually when I was doing the cardiology section of my current program. I made a ventricular rhythm. It was either a asystole PEA or a ventricular rhythm uh, algorithm video, like an educational video. It should be in like my assets and stuff. The last 4 seconds is brutal. The last 3%. And honestly, if you want something really nice, you have to take some time. I want to start figuring out how to incorporate what I'm able to create to make cutscenes. Would be probably the best use of something like this. And I didn't even use like an animated style. But using something like this to make the cutscenes for my video game would be very wise. I probably would still use like my own art or upload my art into ChatGPT or Grok or whichever one and have it make me like use my character as a reference and then make me like a running animation or a jumping animation or kick or punch animation from whatever I offer. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. Let's say, is it AI really be AI or AI? Or could it be people get paid to do stuff? When you think about it, they really don't seem all that autonomous. 1%. I wonder how much of AI hallucination is consumer fault whenever like it'd be like what color is an apple and people say brown or purple, and then AI be looking at the data and be like, purple. Just throw out purple, like a purple apple in the middle of like a regular scene. Here come 100%. So when you go ahead, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, let's go. Not quite. It's coming though. Still 99%. Bro, it's a menace. Come on, you hokey pokey. Stuck on 99. Come on, you hokey pokey. It ain't took no another percent this long. I really just want to show to see how far I go lay down. Because I am about to take a nap. It would suck if I did ended the video right now. Y'all waited all this time to see it. Whew. Gotta be kidding me, because it don't take that long for 1%. Hmm. So you didn't see when I was sharing my screen? Oh, because I wasn't sharing it at first. Mm-hmm. Give me a second. Actually, come on, let's do that. Because I'm waiting on this to be done with 99%. We can do it together. I'm going to go get my groceries that were just delivered while we wait on this last 1%. I'll be back. All right, y'all. We're finna watch this. Oh yeah, go get your popcorn. Go get your drink. I'm finna grab me something to drink, and we're finna watch this together, y'all. It's on. Blaze of the Sky Grand Preview. That's what we doing. That's how we doing it. Go ahead and download that. Go ahead and like that. Go ahead and share it. Thunder, Thundercats. Oh, I'm ready for this. Let's watch this. Y'all get the first reaction video. Let's put it side by side, actually. All right, bet. a little bit more time put into it, it could definitely be something. 23,000 credits, and so that's the thing to make it like that quality. Now it's like 14,000 credits. I could do that maybe twice this month. I could do smaller ones, but yeah, that was pretty cool. That was pretty cool. I think that's enough for right now. To think we've been streaming for like 2 hours and some change. Thank you if you just tuned in. We was kind of doing a reaction to the AI video I made as a commercial to what we were actually doing, which was coding. And we'll get back on that tomorrow. Next time that we pop a stream, I'm gonna take a nap. Who knows? Maybe we'll get back into it tonight. We're working on some camera log game that we're building using Python in a computer language called Python, using a library called Pygame would be the best way to say it. You can see camera logic explained, foreground, player moves freely inside the band. And I'll study some logic and stuff tonight, and I'll be looking forward to getting at y'all tomorrow. Anyway, it does cost also to generate videos and stuff like that. So if y'all can, please make sure that y'all like, comment, subscribe. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. That way the videos themselves kind of generate a little play change, and we can use that to generate more. And I'm not asking y'all to contribute anything financially or anything like that, but show the content some love. I will go ahead and maybe download that one, or we may touch it up and come up with something smoother and upload that, because I do want us to have some quality content. But other than that, man, y'all have an awesome evening, and I will catch y'all on the next one. For anybody who checked in, Alex, Danielle, Nikki, I hope all of you have a wonderful day. See y'all next time. Bye bye.